Well, the new year has rung here in Kansas, and with it came the first cold snap of the year, which dumped some sleet on us and made me realize that I don't really have a winter beater. I have the Insight, which works great, but that's my wife's daily. It's amazing in the snow. The Miata, the Nissan actually, the steering locked up completely when it was below freezing. So I think there's a bunch of water in the power steering fluid, so I'll have to remedy that. The Buick's on E85, it doesn't start very well in the cold. Scion's going away soon, hopefully. And the BMW has summer tires, so the Ranger's probably my best bet for a winter beater, given that it has these knobbly, whatever they are. I think they're actually mud tires, which are pretty trash in the snow, but still better than summers. The problem is, the blower motor doesn't work, so I've got no heat. Now, if you're used to cars, you probably think that the blower motor would be under the dash, but it's not the case in this, and it's quite nice. Like other trucks from the 90s, the Ford Ranger has an external, well, internal to the engine bay, heater and AC box. So there's the AC evaporator core, there's the blower motor. I think the resistor is, yeah, there's the resistor pack down there. And as you can see, it's just 4 sheet metal screws, and this comes out. But what I need to do first is unhook this. And I'm pretty sure it's the motor. I already checked the fuse. The fuse is fine. It's over there. It's a big boy. Oh, look at this ground strap. Isn't that cute? But I want to check and make sure the voltage is in fact getting to this. And it really, I love this truck. Like, you can still get parts for this like anywhere you go. O'Reilly's has them. I can get one of these today if I want to. I can get, you might have noticed, this rear glass needs replaced. I'm probably going to do the one-piece glass just because I'm never going to use the sliding thing, and I don't want all those seals and stuff that can go bad and make weird whistling noises right by my head. And also the single piece of glass is cheaper. And I think it affords a little bit better visibility anyway, so I need to figure out how that comes out. I think this, on the single cab trucks like this, it's really hard to like find this information. You search on the Ranger station, you can find a million threads about how to take glass in and out, and then you get to the bottom of the thread and you see that it was like the old boxy body style or something. It's like, well, is that the same as my truck? I don't know. It's what parts are compatible with what is a weirdly difficult thing to find out. But yeah, single piece, I'd like to do that. But all these parts are super easy to get a hold of. So if I could let's just get this cold, brittle plastic off of here. Did I break it? No. 2 terminals, all right. Voltmeter, set to the 20 volt range. Jam these guys in here. That'll be a fun show when those short out. Okay, let's go turn the ignition on. I have it on setting 1. No voltage. Nothing. Okay, no voltage. I think the next easiest thing to check is going to be the relay or the resistor pack down there, which looks mildly annoying to get to. But I'll try the relay first. I didn't hear any clicking. The relay should be in here somewhere, but I'm not sure which one of these it is. Oh, I should probably plug the blower motor back in. This 40 amp fuse here is for the blower motor. That looks good. Is that getting power? Yes. That's good. Okay, so power is at least getting to the fuse block. Which one of these do we suppose it's his? Okay, it turns out I'm way off base. The relay is actually down there behind the passenger headlight, which you can see my wonderful system for propping that up and keeping it in place. But when I was looking at the diagram, I noticed that the relay is energized not only through the HVAC, but there's also a constant 12 volt. Let's see, the 12 volt trigger is a low amperage circuit that is not fused in this fuse box. This is the high amperage circuit that the relay is switching. So it goes from here to the relay to the motor. Then there's another circuit that goes from the HVAC controller to a fuse to the relay to ground, I think. I might have that backwards. It might be high switched, but that's in here. Position 2. As you can see, there's no fuse in position 2. So if I steal a 10 amp, because that's what it's supposed to be, if I steal a 10 amp from here, don't know what that is, we get blower motor. I'm going to take a guess, given the general state of this truck, that something else burned out and they just stole that 10 amp from there. So a quick run to the parts store, which I can't do right now because I'm self-isolating, and of course all the spare fuses are gone. A quick run to the parts store, and this truck will have heat again. And definitely good, because let me tell you, driving back from Oklahoma in this thing, I had heat, but I didn't have a blower motor. So I just had, you know, the heat on high and it was just kind of wafting through. It was hot. This might be one of the most effective heaters that I own. But I'm pretty happy with that. That could not be a cheaper fix. So we can turn off the voltmeter, close that up, try and wrangle this back down onto the relays, and I'll see you guys whenever I get that fuse. Guess I'll do a quick update on other projects. Of course, the Ranger sitting here. I did plug the tire on the rear left, so that thing is freaking good now. It's been holding air like nobody's business, so this thing is actually pretty solid to get around town now. Of course, in the process of plugging it, I hurt my back again, so that's fun. Went to the doctor. Yeah, so not good things, basically. This little thing, been doing great. Really, really big developments in the Insight world right now. The LIBCM is now available, which means for, let's see, I think it's $1,000 from Bumblebee Batteries to get the lithium cells, and then it is $1,200 to get all of the parts needed to convert it to lithium. And it's effectively what you do is you take out the old battery, take out all the sticks, take out all the relay board and all that stuff, modify the relay board a little bit, modify the lithium cells, which are from a 3rd gen Insight, and put it all back together, and you have a lithium battery in your Honda Insight, which is simply amazing for a total cost of about $2,200 to keep one of the quirkiest, coolest cars on the road. So hopefully I'll be able to afford that someday here soon, because I would absolutely love to do that. My pack is working for now. It's not very happy. It recalibrates fairly frequently. BMW, just chilling, literally and figuratively. Heated seats, yeah, I haven't been able to figure out a way to fix those. They caught fire a while back, and yeah, you can't get these parts anymore. You can get the leather ones, but I have the cloth sport seats, and that's one of my favorite aspects of this car, and I'm not going to give that up. Maxima, also chilling here. I'm actually probably, let's take a look at the power steering fluid in this thing. Is it locked? It is not locked. Okay. Another video coming soon with this car. I think there's water in the power steering fluid and it like froze in the rack or something, because when I went to move this when it was 10 degrees out, it wasn't that I had no assist, it was that the steering was completely locked up. So this is that power steering? I think that's power steering. It's ATF, so I'm gonna guess so, but it looks clean. Doesn't look like it's full of water or anything, so I'm not entirely sure what that was all about. That is a lot of lines, though. I bet there's just enough moisture in there that these ridiculously long power steering lines caused some issues. Like I said, stuff coming soon on that. This thing, waiting for a new windshield, and then it's for sale. Check engine light is on for evap and catalytic converter. I'm not fixing that. It's not worth the money, and there's no emissions inspections here in Kansas anyway, so whatever. Someone will have a great car to beat around in. This is pending a wideband O2 sensor. I ordered one. It'll be here sometime. Supply chains being what they are. My tracking number went from will be here Thursday to will be here eventually. So we're going to go wideband and tune this thing properly, because the ECU does not seem to be doing what the ECU thinks it's doing, so there's a clear disconnect somewhere, and we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it, and this thing will be fun, maybe. Yeah, as far as projects go in here, I need to clean this up. Also, a little preview of an upcoming thing. I posted a picture of this on Instagram and asked people to guess what it was. Nobody got it right. Everyone thought it was a V6. Nope, that is a Honda Insight 3-cylinder. Gonna rebuild that. The head's over there somewhere. Transmission's over here. I'm going to rebuild this because there's a synchro issue with all Honda Insight transmissions. Honda did what's called a dual cone synchro, and that's why mine grinds really bad on 3 to 2 and sometimes 1 to 2 shifts. Fortunately, it's pretty easy to fix. You just take the whole transmission apart, you know, simple stuff, and grind 2 tabs off of these synchros, and once you grind those wings off, it shifts perfectly again, apparently. And I'm probably going to replace and put shaft seals and all that kind of thing that usually go bad on Honda manual transmissions. I remember I had a Civic that had that issue. This thing, if you want it, get a hold of me. It does not run right now. Although I might make it run, I have like 2 hours of video sitting on my hard drive of me rebuilding these carburetors and deleting the pair air injection system. You can see the plug in there, and also replacing all these vacuum lines. This thing's pretty much ready to go back on the bike, and honestly at that point I could probably drip feed it fuel and it would start just fine. And then I have to remember how all these plastics and stuff go back on. But I think I might get the bike back to that point and just get it running off of like a fuel tank zip tied or ratchet strapped to the passenger seat and just make it someone else's problem, because I don't love this thing that much. I really want a BMW R 1150 RT, one of the early fuel injected ones, because, well, fuel injection. This has been sitting since my track day. I've got plans for it, the least of which is fixing the bodywork. And then this thing needs a new piston and whatnot, and I'm having trouble finding one because parts for the pre-1978 DT175s are next to impossible to find because they had different crank pin offsets and whatnot. So that's fun. I just haven't been super motivated. No one, it's shockingly hard to find someone around here who can machine the jug, which I have sitting, I think the jug's in here. No, the jug's in the back of the Buick. But at any rate, most machine shops won't touch it. Well, it's another day. Test results came back negative, which is probably the best I've ever done on a test in my life, which means I was able to, well, go to work, but also get some fuses. So let's rip this panel off of here. There you go. And can't do this with one hand. Okay. One itsy bitsy little fuse in the number 2 spot. Probably help if I wasn't sitting on the fuse panel cover. Give this thing a start. Do we have heat? Ooh, that's hot. It's like a real truck now, like a real actual usable vehicle, just with extra infections. Here's the big test. Do we have air conditioning? I win the vehicle lottery. That is cold. That is really cold. How many fan speeds do we have? High, barely doing anything, 1 click down, and absolutely useless. Okay, so this really just has like medium and okay fan speeds, but holy crap, it has AC. Max AC. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Maximum AC. Okay, it's not freezing cold. This probably needs charge. Oh no. No, it's getting actually cold now. Wow. I mean, that's got to be like 45 degrees coming out of the vent there. That's impressive. But it's cold enough out here. Let's go back to heat. Man, the blend doors and stuff all work perfectly. I won. I won at vehicles. That's it. I've just won. This is like the best deal anyone's ever gotten on anything ever, except for that one guy in my comments who got one for free. But did his AC work, huh? Did your AC work with a 3-cent fuse? I mean, it might have, who knows? Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I could probably flip this for so much money, like right now as it sits, as just a manual Ford Ranger, rust-free with working heat and AC. That's gold. That's worth infinite money, even with the, yeah, I'll have to do something about that. I'm actually looking forward to tearing this interior apart. What I'd like to do, and I don't know, I can't find any like, oh yeah, this just bolts in, but I'd like to replace these buckets with just an old-fashioned bench seat. I know they're crap, but I love bench seats, and I really want like a bench seat with the, you know, custom upholstery and stuff, and matching upholstery up there. It'd be great. Mini trucks things. And the steering wheel needs to go. I want to just get an aftermarket steering wheel because many truck things. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think I should do as far as seat and steering wheel and headliner and shift knob? Let's get a theme going. I don't know. The outside's going to become yellow at some point. I'm going to repaint this thing yellow, so keep that in mind, but yep. Well, I really thought this video was going to be more interesting because I thought I was actually going to be chasing down an issue with the blower motor, but it turns out sometimes the most satisfying fixes are the easiest, and this vehicle's gone from barely tolerable to a genuinely usable daily for like a cent. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed. I don't have much more to say. Thanks for watching.